Alright, y'all. I'm back. I always open with I got a special one for y'all today. And this might be the most special of all specials ones for y'all today. You see the thumbnail, you know what it is. Now, I done covered an in-depth analysis of the franchise with my retrospective, and I've also covered Candyman, Daniel Robitaille, as a character in my in-depth analysis I did 2 years ago. If you a new subscriber, which I done got a lot of new subscribers within the last 6 months, so you might never heard this story. But for those who have, I'm sorry, just bear with me because it's story time. I gotta get this out before I get to my review. This is the scariest movie to this day that I have ever seen, period. Point blank. It's no comparison. No movie I ever seen, whether it's better or worse, or the franchise or whatever, was scarier. This movie did it for me. Quick story time. This movie came out in 1992. I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. I seen this movie for the first time ever, and I started thinking about this stuff a lot. A lot of them horror movies and scary movies I watched for the first time with my mom. I know she liked Supernatural. She liked, you know what I'm saying, werewolf. It's a werewolf show she used to watch, I think Twilight. So she had her little horror stuff she liked. But a lot of the horror movies I seen was actually with her. I'm thinking that's why she let me watch them, because, you know, back in the day, rated R, you had to be 17 or older or with a parent. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but my point is, I watched this movie for the first time with my mom, sister, and a few other family members, and it was daytime. It was about 6 of us watching this movie, and for you young kids out there, this is even before DVD era. This is VHS, cassettes. So I watched the movie, it's pretty good, and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm terrified, but it's daytime, and I'm around about 4 or 5 other family members, so I'm thinking, it's pretty good, but it's a little creepy. But that was that. We ended up borrowing the movie because it wasn't our actual movie. We borrowed it from the family member whose house we was at, and we brought it home. So the day went about the day as normal. I didn't even think about the movie or nothing special about it. Like, it didn't get to me. I thought it was a good movie. I was a young mind. It was over. That night, we ended up watching it again. So it's me, my cousin, and I think like my sister again watching it. My sister probably fell asleep, whatever, so it's me and my cousin watching it. And now this time, it's only me and him. He younger than me. He about 6. So it's late as hell. It's about 10:30, 11. You know what I'm saying? We watching it. And the movie just terrified me. I was so damn scared. I mean, I didn't do the Candyman 5 times in the mirror until my damn 20s. This how terrified I was about this movie. And when the movie went off, I swear to God, I didn't go to sleep. I was spooked. I couldn't even go to sleep. So when I finally went to sleep, a nightmare happened about Candyman, and I'm telling you, this is no cap, no bullshit. I swear to God, on everything God love, I had a nightmare about this man for about at least a month straight. I don't care if I got great sleep the whole night. The last 10 minutes, he appeared for about a month, and that basically scarred me far as movies. Like, nothing ever came close to that. So now that I got that long ass story time out the way, I'm finna get to the movie. I'm gonna check the notes before I go. Man, this might be a long one, because when it come to Candyman, I can go on and on about this guy. We had a budget of $9 million and a box office of 30, plus the VHS sales and all of that type of stuff. When it comes to the Blockbuster, they probably made more than even 30. So it was successful enough to have a part 2 and end up franchising it. We got the cast. We got Tony Todd as Candyman. He's a legend, iconic. Final Destination and other movies I love him in. We got the great Virginia Madsen, underrated. She's Helen Lyle in this. We got Casey Lemons. This is her best friend, her grad student colleague, Bernadette. We got Vanessa Williams is Anne Marie McCoy. And then we got Xavier Berkeley as Trevor Lyle. That's Helen's husband. We got the director of this is Bernard Rose. This is adapted from the Book of Blood, The Forbidden by Clive Barker. And I normally don't do this, but I'm doing it this time. We got the music by Philip Glass. And I say the music is because this music is so perfect for the movie. This is the most creepiest classical horror scary movie music of all time, in my opinion. And the movie kicks off with a quick little exposition story time of a Candyman legend story, where it opens up with a nice little chick babysitting a child, an infant, and she invites her bad boy boyfriend over. They kicking it, you know what I'm saying, a little talking, touching, and that's when she asks him, have you heard about the Candyman legend? He don't really give a damn about it. He a bad boy, so she like, let's go up there and call him. They go up there and do the Candyman ritual, saying the name 5 times. As he's doing that, he caressing her, touching her body. He trying to get into some freak mode shit, but she really into the Candyman. So she told him to go downstairs. I'm gonna complete it. After I call him the 5th time, we gonna get it on. The dude go downstairs, have a beer, he drink, and by the way, this is Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's little brother. He having a little beer. She say Candyman for the 5th time, turn the lights off. We get the little flash jump scare of Candyman, but it's not huge, where, in my opinion, this ain't even a technical first viewing of Candyman, because you gotta still pause this in the 90s, or, you know what I'm saying, DVD pause it in this era to even see that flash, how quick it happens. But that's when you pan back downstairs, where you see the blood on the ceiling happens, and he kills her. And the girl who telling the story to Helen and Bernadette says he kills the baby also. So Candyman a savage. Now we pass off to that's when we get to Helen's character, where she is basically a grad student doing her research on the Candyman, because in her mind she think Candyman is just a urban legend folk story that the community is, you know what I'm saying, the boogie monster kind of tale, where she think it's a human. She don't think the supernatural aspects is legit. So she finding people from the Cabrini projects where the stories are, you know what I'm saying, the legend is born. So she talking to certain people about the story, and that's when she comes across this one janitorial lady who actually lived in a building where a particular character, Ruthie Jean, was murdered. Because in the Cabrini Green, the way they built the apartments, they had open latches inside of each apartment so the maintenance mans can get in and out the building easier and do maintenance work on people's apartments. The problem is, if you got an abandoned apartment, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody move out, you can go in that apartment and bust your way into somebody else's apartment to commit crime or robbery or whatever capers you trying to commit. And that's where she realized her apartment complex is the same setup as the Cabrini Green. So as they doing their research and they finding things out, that's when she started going to Cabrini Green with Bernadette. They show up, you know what I'm saying, Bernadette on her business. She got her taser, her mace. She black. So she know, she an uppity black person, not bougie or nothing, but she know her kind. She know about the Cabrini Green. This shit ain't no joke. We can get effed up here. So Helen looking at her like, you making me nervous. You doing too much. She like, listen, motherfuckers get killed here every day. This shit ain't no game. I ain't trying to die for this research. So she like, stop being a pussy. Let's go. They get there, and like I said before, I'm gonna say it again. These was real gang members, real Cabrini Green residents. This wasn't, you know what I'm saying, extras that they just hired. These was real gang members, so the aesthetics is perfect and it's realistic. So as they get into the Cabrini Green, they doing their research, they go into apartments, they taking pictures of the graffiti, all of this. That's when they meet the Anne Marie McCoy character. She come out with a big ass rock waller. She got bars on her door, burglar bars on her door. She just let the dog out to see what they investigating. And then they bark woo woo. That's when they continue on with the mission. They go to the back where the murder allegedly happened of Ruthie Jean. I'll take that back. It wasn't allegedly. This shit happened. And I think this was a real true story that they made into a fictional story into the movie. This really happened in real life. Anyways, when Helen get in there, it's a big ass open apartment mural mouth of Candyman. As she go in there, every time she see a picture or hear about him, she get mesmerized. And I heard through the grapevine and watching documentaries about it, they did a hypnosis on Virginia Madsen, so every time she's in the presence of Tony Todd, they would, you know what I'm saying, snap, and she'd be hallucinating and get her drowsy and dizzy for the role to be more aesthetically pleasing, and you will see as what I'm talking about as it go and as I keep going. So as they were getting more and more research, they stacking their decks up, they having dinner, they talking about, they research, they talking about how things happen. That's when she like, you don't believe all that bullshit, do you? Bernie like, no, I don't believe it. She like, all right, cool, then let's do it. That's when they go to the mirror themselves and do the Candyman can't 5 times in the mirror. When they get to the 4th, that's when Bernadette pulled back, like, I'm good type shit. She's like, you chicken. That's when Helen leans into the mirror and says Candyman for the 5th time. So now it's even more intense the way she did it and lock eyes with the mirror. So now we get to her going back on more and more research. And like I said, I ain't finna go through every plot beating point, even though I am. It's points in the movie where she get mad at her husband, Trevor, because he doing research on urban legends, and that's kind of gonna steal her thunder. And you see quickly his top students, he got this cute little bimbo. Helen asks about her kind of briefly, like on some jealous, but it was like joking but serious, like what's up with her? He like, she's madly in love with me. Jokingly but seriously as his response, and that's gonna have a payoff later on in the movie, but that's minor. Helen know Bernie, that was the only time she's gonna go to Cabrini. She did it, she got the research, she got what she wants, she ain't going back. Helen brave as a motherfucker. She go back to Cabrini looking for Anne Marie. Anne Marie got a job. She got a babysitter's her kid in the daycare. She working. So that's when she meet the little kid. I forgot to do a little name. It might come to me as the review, but it's a little boy in the movie who is basically damn near an orphan. You never see him with parents or nothing. He in the hallway telling her that Anne Marie gone. So then she just started talking to him, I guess, because he the only person around and he the only person willing to talk to him. So she talking to the little boy about Candyman and the legend of Candyman and what you know. He tell his horror story about a lady and her son, kind of a little disabled Down syndrome kid. He was holding himself, got to use the bathroom. She sent them across the street to the neighborhood park bathroom, in which Candyman cut the kid's private part off and kills him. Horrible story. So the little boy name is Jake. He that's his horror story of Candyman that he believed. So Helen goes in the bathroom when he points to the bathroom that the incident allegedly happened in. Helen goes to the bathroom like she always doing her police ass shit. She taking pictures. It's shitty, sweets to the sweets and shit. The toilets all shitty and nasty. One of them filled up with shit. One of them filled up with bees. That's when we get the neighborhood goon who takes the moniker of Candyman as his kingpin status. So he walks up. That's when Jake see him like, Candyman. He walk in the bathroom. He see Helen. She like, yeah, I'm from the University of Chicago. My colleagues gonna be looking for me if y'all hurt me. Just let me go. I'm not the police. That make them even more comfortable with fucking her up. None that they know she's not a cop. So the boss Candyman character, Black Trench, nothing suave ass kingpin ass nigga, walk up to her with a big ass hook. Iconic line. I hear you looking for Candyman, bitch. Clack! Clacks her with the hook. Knock her the fuck out. Now, scene cut, she goes to the police station. The motherfucking authorities bum rush Cabrini Breen because a white person got hurt. Just like they do in the modern era. White person get hurt, we finna storm the motherfucking troops. A black person get hurt, send 3 cops to clean the body up. I ain't finna get racist, but you know how it is, is how it is. So she identified a Candyman character like, woo, 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 he did it. That's when the police chief like, man, we've been after him for years, but there ain't been nobody brave enough for Cabrini to testify against the kingpin. So she like, he finna go down for life. Now Candyman, the real Candyman, feel like I've been living off of him and his as part of my congregation because he keep my name alive in the fear of me. She explained to Jake, like, why you tell? I ain't no red-ass person. I want to go home. She like, no, Jake, This how you supposed to do. The law work for you. Candyman ain't no monster like Frankenstein or Dracula. He just was a human man who was terrorizing the neighborhood. He finna go away for a long time. And that's when Jake look at her like, Candyman not real? She like, nah, baby, he not. So that's when we go to the next scene. Her eye healing. She making dinner for Trevor. He coming home late, fucking the little college bitch, his student. So he keep lying about her like, where you been? Oh, I'm working late. I know college professors got long hours, but it ain't like you a doctor kind of hours where you on 24/7 call. My point is, it's clear throughout the movie the scenes he doing something dirty, but the Candyman allure is so big, you don't care about that C plot story, but you know something fishy up with the rat ass. So now she go back to her eye healing. It was fucked up. Her eye healing. She meet Bernie. I'm gonna be back at work. I'm good. I'm healthy now. She like, it's just fucked up. When I get hurt, they storm the projects and shut it down. But black people and babies get killed every day. They don't do a damn thing. Bernie like, yeah, that's how it is. You already know. Anyways, we got all the information, we got all the pictures, all the publicity you caused, we finna get published. She like, bet. She like, all right, they walking and talking as all this happening on the way to the parking alley where all the cars at for the college. Bernie getting her car, drive off. Beep, beep, I'll see you tomorrow. Woo, woo. The girl gone. This is when, like I said, we 45 minutes into the movie. We done heard origin stories. We done heard backstories. Like, it's a point in the movie where Helen, Bernadette, Trevor, and a few of his colleagues all at dinner. They like, yeah, we finna do the best Candyman story of all time. Dude, like, what you talking about? I did a fucking piece on Candyman 5 years ago. He get the breaking down Candyman backstory, his origins, and this is the type of shit that Bernadette and Helen don't even know about. So he burst they bubble. They like, damn, looking goofy as a motherfucker. Flatline they shit. This is now at the point, like I said, I just went to a rewind point that happened previously. Now we at the Candyman part where she done locked up the Candyman goon. So now Candyman feel obliged to show her he real. Helen. When you hear his deep, rasky, Romeo-ass, poetic voice, you like, what the fuck? Mesmerizing. She looking around like, who's there? Woo, woo, woo. Once she lock eyes on him, he's standing up all majestic, statuesque, 6 foot something, black, you know what I'm saying, black power ass kind of pose. You looking like, what the fuck? As he walking up to her, he giving A1 exposition. I'm the writing on the wall. I'm the whisper in the classroom. I'm really here. You locked that guy up. You basically made my congregation not believe in me. So now I feel obliged to show. Now I feel obliged to shed innocent blood. Be my victim. She get to like hallucinating, tears get to coming, her facial expression change. She white, but she turned whiter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he show her the bloody hook, stump, nasty, you know what I'm saying? Just all of that happens, and she passes out. When she comes to, she wake up bloody as a motherfucker in Anne Marie house. She done decapitated the dog, bloody as a motherfucker. While all this happened, Candyman done kidnapped Anne Marie's baby. So Anne Marie hysterical in the house. What's going on? Where my baby? Once Helen realized what's happening, she attacking Helen because she think Helen done took the baby and killed the dog. They in a fight where Helen, you know what I'm saying, get the upper hand of her, get a meat cleaver, cut her accidentally. That's when the cops bust in the door. Freeze, woo woo. She finna kill her. Bam. She get arrested. Since she white, she got lawyers. They finesse her out of that. She spent a day or two in jail. They get her out. The police is all over her, the press all over her, because he a big time college professor and his wife is being charged with a potential, you know what I'm saying, baby kidnapping. Now she get home, Trevor acting weird. Now he got a real reason not to like her. He cheating more. She getting lonely. She looking at all the films she done seen, and that's when she see Candyman in one of the pictures. Now she getting knowing this shit real. Candyman get to appearing. She run out the house. He there. She run back in the house. He there. She's trying to call the cops. He, you know what I'm saying, mesmerize her and make her drop the phone. You know what I'm saying? That's when Bernadette show up to her house to show support. This her best friend. He let Bernadette in, lock the door, guts Bernadette, and then he cuts Helen to make it look like a murder-suicide attempt. He disappeared. She gets sedated. I mean, she passes out. When she wake up, Trevor talking to the cops. She arrested, laying in the bed. Now Candyman done framed her for a murder and the baby. So now she in a psych ward. They drugging her. She's seeing visions of Candyman coming down while she in a straitjacket chair. Straitjacket bed. I mean, this is some horrible shit. Mind you, I was fucking terrified watching this movie. And now we get to the scene where this is the most gruesome kill of the movie, in my opinion. A month later, this is all in the same scene, but she been in the hospital for a month later. So when she come and thinks she finna meet her defense lawyer and the doctor to see if she competent to stand trial, she thinking it's a day later after all this shit happened with Bernadette. Until they tell her this is a month later. Your husband is filed for divorce. He's done gave up custody and rights, so your ass belong to us. So she hysterical, like, no, I didn't do it. Nothing in me could possess me to do nothing like that. Bernadette was gutted from growing to gullet. She ain't believing none of this reality, but it is. Candyman's supernatural powers has taken over the woman's life. So she like, listen, ain't nothing I can do to prove to you I didn't do this. I can just show you. She look at the mirror, the doctor looking at her like, he ain't buying none of this. He ain't feeling none of this. He like, I'm on your side, but you ain't giving me shit to work with type shit. She called Candyman for like 3 or 4 seconds, pause. Then he appear. He cut the man from back all the way up to the neck. He unstraps Helen's straitjacket. He busts out the window. She follows him out. She scales the building like Spider-Man type shit. She knocks on the window to let a patient in. She get in, knock the lady out, put her clothes on, go home. That's when the ultimate reveal, you see Trevor with this fucking pink ass Pepto-Bismol ass color painting the wall with the bimbo student. She like, Trevor? He like, what, honey? You made another boo-boo? That's when he see Helen. He jumped back like he's scared. Like, what the hell you doing here? She like, whoa, this is what y'all doing? In they mind, she been sedated. She been in the hospital for a month. She crazy. She a murderer. We finna have a happy life. But in her mind, this was all yesterday. Either way it go, it's fucked up. She scare him on some creepy ass call the cops type shit. When she realized they together, he don't want her, she wanted, she just leaves like fuck it. She goes to the Chicago River where she contemplating jumping off, suicidal it looked like. But that's what she hearing all the Candyman. Be my victim. You the victim for the baby. Come to me. That's when she started going to Candyman lair, creepy ass lair. She started seeing, you hear exposition from Candyman, all the exposition throughout the movie she hearing in her head. She see a painting of Candyman getting chased and butchered through the Cabrini Green from his origin story. She's seeing all that. That's when she walks her way to the end of the lair where Candyman is resting and regenerating, laying down peaceful. She pick up a hook and try to stab him. She stab him in the neck. He pull it out. It's gushing blood. Nice scene. That's when he get to, you know what I'm saying, putting her in the rapture again. Be my victim. Your story gonna be told to make lovers cling together. This is gonna be historical. They got the bonfire set up for us. So either you die and I get a baby up and you will live forever. What you trying to do? She like, I'll do it. She agreed. He like, don't worry about the pain and suffering. You will live in infamy. She like, I'm worried about the pain and suffering. He like, don't worry about it. I got you. He kind of do some freaky ass caress to hook up her dress. He pick her up and they walk off to the bonfire. Once she come to, she realized that all happened, but he got supernatural power. So after he finessed her and all that happened, he take the baby to the bonfire where she hear the baby yelling and crying. As she run to the bonfire, she got the hook helping her get through certain parts of the wooden bonfire. That's when Jake see Candyman's hook and he say, Candyman, He like the general of the hood. He get everybody congregating around the bonfire. They set the fire. That's when she grabbed the baby. She's trying to rescue the baby. Candyman's appear. He grabbed her like all three of us finna die. This finna be legendary. She like, no. She get a wooden stake, stab him in the heart. She climb out the fire, burning her whole body, hair burning. They put her out. She get a baby to Ann and Jake there, the whole hood there, and it's basically a happy ending. Candyman die. Everybody don't see Candyman except for Jake. He see the Candyman body dying. This was a legendary end, and it gets better. Trevor got the bimbo, the whole house pink. He's soft as hell. He in the bathroom on some Candyman Helen shit. He say her name 5 times. The light strobe start happening. Helen appear, burnt head, nice aesthetics. Gut him. The girl in the bimbo from college, his student in the kitchen, cutting steak. She cut her hand, go to the bathroom when Trevor making noise. She opened the door to see Trevor gutted, but Helen set her up as the murder, and she yelling as the movie ends. This right here is no doubt a classic. The scariest movie I ever seen. I put him up there with the top horror icons of all time. This is without, a shadow of a doubt, a 10 out of a 10, and it's nothing else to say about that. All I could say is, Zeezzy the King, like and subscribe, add me on Facebook, your favorite horror channel, and I'm out.